this evening are a legendary comedy team. In the 60s, they were the stars of their own cutting-edge TV show, the Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour. And tomorrow you can see them at the Just for Laughs Montreal Comedy Festival. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Smothers Brothers. You guys.
Yeah, I love that theme. I love that theme.
You like that theme?
I like that theme.
That's your theme.
Oh, no wonder I like it.
Yeah, your classic theme, I might add.
A Mason Williams written theme.
Yeah, exactly. He also wrote Classical Gas.
That's right.
And
yeah.
So that's the theme. And I like that other song they're playing during that World Music. Is that World Music? What's the name of that tune?
During the break.
That kept going over and over.
Over and over. That's the name
Is
of
that
it.
like a folk song?
Keeps going and going.
Folk songs, 57 verses. That's what's so fun.
That's how it goes, which is how you guys started out. You were folk singers when you started out, were you not?
Yes, we were. And we still sing music, but primarily it evolved into the sibling sense, the fact that we are brothers, and that sustained us more than the music did.
And it developed into a comedy routine. And what's interesting is I understand that you guys recently, and it sounds like a joke, but it's true, you guys went into couples counseling.
Yeah, couples therapy. Hey, listen,
this is true. This is for real, right?
That's
you guys
right.
really went into couples counseling.
Let's face it, siblings are couples without their choice.
What kind of stuff was making you crazy about each other?
Well, different things. It's just an attitude. Tell them about that.
Well, the fact is, I saved my brother's life many years ago. You know, even when I'm angry, you know, brothers and siblings will save each other. They go to any lengths. I saved his life, and I'm a little embarrassed to even mention it.
I make him mention every time we do a show.
Forever grateful. You know, I didn't do anything. Any one of you could have done the same thing had you been there.
Were you choking on something?
No. All I did was pick my foot off the back of his head and pull it out of the toilet. And no, you would have done it too if your mother made you do it.
You were there.
My mother made me do it. He's been breathing on his own ever since. So he's real tickled.
But it's helped. You guys now are, you
could say things without being crisis-oriented.
Because I'm the oldest brother. I'm the firstborn, and whenever we'd give notes or I'd give a note or something like that, he would think it's all you always tell me what to do.
Bossing me around.
So now we can do that without that. We have two sisters also, and they're both girls, and they're normal.
It's nice that it worked out that way.
Yeah.
Well,
you know, it really helps.
Things have changed today. You never know, you know.
When you guys were doing, I mentioned in the intro, your classic television show, and you guys were famous for getting in trouble with the network. You actually had good mechanisms for dealing with the network censors.
That was Tommy's deal.
Well, I generally dealt with the censors, but we had things censored like during one of the election years, Pat Paulson came on the show and accused of Ronald Reagan of being a known heterosexual. And the censors went crazy. They said, you cannot say that.
What does that mean?
So we had a lot of problems. But one time I actually played one of the censors, Sam was his name, and 2 out of 3 ping pong games up in the back of the studio for the right to use some piece of material. And that's how seriously this was taken.
Right.
So Tom won the games and we got the line in the show. It became a game.
See, well, one of the things we do here at the show, and I don't know if this is something that's been done throughout time, is the censors will object to something, you know, that they say you can't do that, and then we'll change it to something that's just as bad, in our opinion, and they'll say, yeah, that's fine, now you can go ahead. Yeah. And you think, what is their criteria? I mean, this happened when I worked at Saturday Night Live, this happened at The Simpsons, this happens here, where they'll object to something like, well, no, you can't say, you know, you can't say that, and then you change it slightly, and they go like, yeah, now we're fine. And it's a very strange phenomenon. Does that happen with you guys?
They have to exercise some kind of authority somehow. And if it's a matter, we used to put in words like rowing to Galveston was our most famous. We'd put it in the run-through and we'd read it, and every time someone would say, rowing to Galveston, everybody'd fall on the floor, you know, and just start laughing, looking around. And they said, you got to take that out. We know there's something there, it's underground, it's something you're saying, it's really disgusting.
So just the fact that you were laughing, they thought, no, we can't have that in a comedy show.
These aren't the brightest people. These are not the brightest people.
Yeah, well, that's great. I'm going to defend them, actually, because they're probably watching right now, and I don't want any trouble tomorrow.
Well, you've been very controversial yourself. I've seen all the problems you've had to deal with, and you've really stepped out, and you've said a lot of things that could make a difference in national security.
Yeah, that's pretty pretty much me to a T, yeah.
I'm walking that
Yeah.
line.
I don't know what show you're watching, but let's just pretend it was mine. What about, now, Dick, you were in Casino.
Yeah.
Martin Scorsese's Casino.
Yeah, was it?
And I remember watching the movie, and suddenly you're in the movie, and I thought,
suddenly I'm
how
out.
did you, it was a quick part, but how'd you get that part?
He was watching our old Smothers Brothers rerun on E! channel, and he saw a part for me, and it was a Casino. I played a dishonest politician, which is a redundancy, and I was ahead of the gaming.
If you're going to make fun of politicians, I'm going to walk out of this building, so you apologize.
So
they do their best.
I was head of the gaming commission in Las Vegas and Nevada, and I withheld a guy's license. And Scorsese had me in a scene with De Niro, and I'm in awe of this man. I mean, he looks so intense. So I'm doing this part in the movie where he's giving me the money, he's giving me the girls, he's giving me everything I wanted. Then I says, no, you can't have the license.
Right.
And so he's swearing at me. He's calling me a cockeyed son of a bitch, you lying bastard. You did all these lines, and he was off camera. It was a close-up, and he was giving me everything, and I was so thrilled to have this man swear at me. And my nostrils flared and my chin quivered, and everybody said, that was a great performance, and I gave him a huge hug.
To be chewed out by De Niro, that's
it was an honor. Yeah,
well, I didn't even get the part because Scorsese.
Because you couldn't say his name.
Pretty much.
He tried to, but...
Why, that fell apart. The last time you were on the program, you were very nice. You sang a little a cappella song about me.
We wrote it for you, especially.
It was very nice that you did that. I wondered, do you have another little a cappella song here that you've returned to the show?
Well, there's another verse we could...
Yeah, we were in search of, this is a choir part, the last part of a cappella religious tune, and we put different words to it.
Right.
And we did it. You liked it last time.
Yeah, it was very nice.
But things have changed. You've got extension, and you're here
renewed.
Renewed. You're renewed, right?
I didn't have hair extensions. Yeah.
No, does everybody know about that?
Yeah, I think so. What do they care? It's just TV. Yeah.
Okay, this is kind of neat. It's
5 more years time? No, the good ear. What? Okay. We're not real sure of the lyrics right yet.
You've been renewed for 5 more years, 5 more years, 5 more years.
Conan's renewed for 5 more years,
5 more years. Amen.
Oh. Nice little song. Wow, very nice.
And,
That's actually...
Is it not 5 years?
No. Believe it or not, that's how the network told me.
well, you know, when we were renewed in 1968, we were renewed for 3 more years. So don't get cocky. They can get...
As long as the checks come, who cares? Yeah, all right. Well,
yeah, we're going to Montreal. You have time to say that?
Yeah, we're going to say that right now. Trust me. Okay. I've learned a lot in my time here. These guys are appearing at the Montreal Comedy Festival tomorrow. Check them out there. That's right. You're also watch out for Smothers Brothers Uncensored at www.smothersbrothers.com. You've entered the cyber age,
which
I find very frightening, by the way. All right, the Smothers Brothers, ladies and gentlemen, guys. Thank you very much for coming. And now, let me mention, we got the Loser at the Beach coming up. But first, ladies and gentlemen, a word from Lipton Brisk Iced Tea. It's the most refreshing iced tea on the planet. Knock it off. This is serious. Let me try that again. It's the most refreshing iced tea on the planet. So refreshing, it'll make you go from this to this.